Well, I think the best way to explain what fragmented reality is just to tell you how it came about. Um, well, the best way to explain what fragmented reality is to tell you where it came from. Say several years ago, I started creating a game called World Defense, and had a lot of. Several years ago, I started creating a game. Fragmented reality. Well, probably just fragmented reality. It's probably just best to explain where it came from. About 5 years ago, I wanted to make a world defense game. Well, a tower defense game, but it became world defense. I wanted something unique about it, so I had you play on the Earth, and the cars had to follow the roads, and I had a lot of fun making it. And it got to be pretty good. And like a year and a half ago, I put it on Steam, and lo and behold, it was selected for green light. So very exciting. However, and if you can see this in the postings on green light, there was still something missing in my mind, and it just felt like I was sitting there day after day playing this game, testing this game, and playing it by default in my yard. And I'd look out the window, and there are no towers. So I thought there ought to be towers outside, because that's where I'm playing. Well, Well, that's when I started looking into augmented reality and decided this thing needs a companion app. So I built one, but it was just a prototype. I'd sit there though, out on my porch, kind of thinking, well, what's missing? Because it still felt like there was something missing. And then I realized I want to be in the game. This is what I wanted. I want to be in the game. And so I started playing with a few concepts, one of which was making sure when you moved about that you were moving in the game accurately, not 5 meter leaps, centimeter moves. Then I thought, I'm sitting on the top of my porch, sitting looking down the hill, looking at a tower through my phone, thinking, that looks cool, but what I really want to do is roll that ball down that hill in the game. So I started digging deeper and deeper, and I started investigating object recognition technology and depth perception and all these fun things. And I ended up being able to find out what's in the room and then go get a model for it. Then I was able to figure out from the screen what's in the room and where is it. And if there were a model for it, I could bring it into the game. And that's what I did. And it was in that moment that I knew I had something different. Now, so I think of fragmented reality as an offshoot of augmented reality, but with bringing your environment into the augmented or virtual reality. That's what makes it fragmented. Uh, well, actually, I think Google contacted me when I posted the Coke and Mentos demo, which is one of my favorites. It was my demonstration of what I call the metal base, because, well, everybody has a meta base, but this one's the metal base. And it's about connecting objects to objects and having reactions to them. So I pushed that video out there, and, well, I got a call from the recruiter that said, hey, we've got this project called Tango. Why don't you take a look? Well, I had to navigate Google for a while, but I did end up talking to the team and talking to pretty smart people who were encouraging me to go ahead and build for them. And so, yeah, I'm writing an SDK in C Sharp for their model game, or for and so, yeah, I'm writing an SDK in C Sharp for model game for Tango to help bring these concepts more to the people. You know, Kickstarter is new to me. This environment of having people participate not just in the here's what your game might benefit from, but here, let me help you get it done. Well, I'm kind of out of time, or it's gotten, well, I'm not only out of time, but it's bigger than me. This getting this right requires not only input from the community, but getting some real developers on a regular basis, making deep investments in the code. So, yeah. And, and, I was hoping the Steam community was going to help me, and I'm sure they are because they were very active about the topic. But here I've widened the community I can interact with in order to help make things to make I expect that the Steam community is going to be active about the development process. And now I've got this whole other community to contribute, not necessarily just ideas, but maybe even music and models and concepts. And, well, it's not really, in my mind, my technology. I've watched a lot of augmented reality and object perception type technologies come, and you'll see that a lot of those are being pushed at the hardware side by the hardware vendors to show off hardware. I'm oblivious enough to know well I'm oblivious enough to not know what the hardware should do, but to expect the hardware to do it. And if it doesn't, that's where I come in. So my technology is different in that way. It is about knowing where you are, knowing what's in the room without having markers or stabilizers or resources or all this other stuff that makes the other technologies function well and sometimes maybe a little better, but constrains what you want to do. I want to make the game that nobody else has made. I want to be in the game. So I think that's where Kickstarter is going to help. I got, let's see, I've got two of these. No, that's a broken one. No, that's an iPad. Oh, that's the first Microsoft Surface. Oh, here it is. Paching the tango. And this makes it all change. It makes it so things are stabilized, they don't drift. I can do obfuscation. I can put a tower behind the window, not just through the wall. But yeah, this is a good little thing.